Yeah. That's what we do. Big bro. Culture. Think about my son's future, knowing that he make it. Him and Just with the sinners doing battles out of Vegas. Quick farms for Med, tell you. Everybody, you know how this go. Behind the scenes TV. I told y'all I was gonna start my season with all information, all types of documentary series, stuff people never heard of that I'm gonna bring light to on this Behind the Scenes TV platform. So what I came across was something really crazy. Shout out to Full Light Tech headwear. These Bluetooth inside my hat, you know what I'm saying? So I can listen to my music, phone calls, it picks up phone calls, everything. Full Light Tech. Shout out to Full Light Tech. I got a crazy one coming for y'all, you know what I'm saying? I got wind of this. I was watching a crazy documentary and I was like, wow, look at this crazy documentary about these grandmothers, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to hustling, everybody put in mind of young black guys outside, Spanish guys, or whatever, outside getting money. But this story, you ain't never seen nothing like this. These are some grandmothers, you know what I'm saying, getting crazy money, dealing with big boy cocaine. This is before or around the Griselda Blanco era, but they had nothing to do with Griselda Blanco. They just dealt with the people that was around Griselda Blanco. Some older white grandmothers that was dealing in big time drugs. They got caught up in a situation, but I'm gonna take y'all straight into the story. These exclusive cocaine grandmothers. Crazy.
California, of course, is one of those places where many people think that they can make a fortune, whatever their age or family background, if they're willing to take a chance, to risk a little adventure. The state, after all, is filled with those stories. Tonight, Brian Ross has the story of 4 grandmothers who took a chance in California, but didn't quite make it.
In the canyons above Beverly Hills, there's a secluded ranch house that rents for $8,000 a month. Last year, it was the headquarters of one of the most unlikely criminal organizations ever to hit California. The people who lived in the house, past this gate, ran a huge cocaine business. There were hundreds of pounds of cocaine, suitcases full of cash, hoodlums and drug dealers from South America, and at the top of it all, 4 middle-aged divorced women, grandmothers, who apparently went into the cocaine business looking for a little excitement. There were Barb and Dottie, Barbara Muzine and Dorothy Hackett, shown here on one of their sprees in Las Vegas. Barb and Dottie were the first of the grandmothers to hook up with the South American drug dealers. And when business got good, they recruited other grandmothers.
I said, my God, what did I get into? You know.
This is Grandma Joy, 58-year-old Joy Edelman. Her job with the grandmothers was babysitter, to babysit the cocaine.
Babysitting is a very easy job because the cocaine doesn't talk. It doesn't cry. It just sits there. The first thing I learned, if you took a glass of Clorox and you dropped in a little bit of cocaine, if it floated down very nicely like this, it was real good. If it would drop down real fast, forget it. It was cut.
The grandmothers got into the cocaine business in Miami, where grandmother Barb was the manager of this clothing company that imported clothes from Colombia. And as sort of a sideline, she took money to the bank for people. Briefcases full of money, drug money, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. But as the business grew and the grandmothers moved west, they began to make mistakes and get into some very big trouble. This tape was made by a concealed camera as the grandmothers met with men they thought were corrupt bankers. The bankers turned out to be undercover IRS agents who listened carefully as grandmothers Barb and Dottie explained the code they used so big drug deals would sound like clothing deals.
Dresses are big amounts,
right?
And blouses and sweaters are like, if it's 500,349, we received 500 dresses and 349 blouses.
Keep that straight.
Okay,
That one I can keep straight.
okay.
Authorities say the Grandma Mafia was an organization...
It wasn't too long afterward that the grandmothers found themselves on the 6 o'clock news as government prosecutors announced the indictment of the grandmothers and the seizure of cocaine, money, and guns. Now, in a federal courtroom in Los Angeles, Barbara Muzine, grandmother Barb, is on trial on drug and racketeering charges. The 3 other grandmothers have all pleaded guilty and are testifying against Barbara, who could go to prison for the rest of her life if she is convicted.
A lot of us felt that, oh, well, we can do the same thing men can do. You know, men do it, why can't we? It doesn't work that way. And I made a very big mistake in my life. And it was a very big price that I paid, because the bottom line was the babysitting consisted that I wound up with 37 pounds of cocaine in my house. I had received it one day, and the next day, I was busted. Let me see this.
Joy Edelman's secret life in the cocaine business is over.
Yeah.
Now she does a little shopping for her grandson and waits.